Will you come in? Now, panel, for reasons which will become obvious, this gentleman on my left will be known as Mr. X. I will tell you this, however, that he is from Wales. He is a Welshman, and also he is a musician. Sir, will you tell us what your name is and where you're from?
I'm Karl Schenzer, and I'm from New York City.
Karl Schenzer of New York City. Now, both of these gentlemen have related secrets. So, Mr. X, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to the audience at home.
Yes, I know.
Now, Mr. Schenzer, I can hardly wait for you to whisper your part of the secret to me, or rather your secret. All right. Panel, to help you classify these secrets, the clue concerns something that he did, and we'll start the game with Bill Cullen, please.
First of all, Mr. Schenzer, I'll start at the left. Did both of you do the same thing, primarily?
No.
Mr. X, did the thing that which you did it have anything to do with music?
Yes.
Did yours have anything to do with music, Mr. Schenzer?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you compose something, Mr. X?
No.
Play something?
Yes.
Did you play something similar? Or, let's say, did you play the same thing, Mr. Schenzer?
No, that's incorrect.
Do you both...
$20 down, $60 to go. We go, please, to Betsy Palmer, who looks most thoughtful.
Does it have to do with the instrument, Mr. X?
The instrument is not divulged in the secret. He couldn't have done it without the instrument, but it has nothing to do with the instrument.
But it is a regular musical instrument that this music, that what it had to do with. Was it in the playing of the music, Mr. Schenzer?
Was his participation in the playing of the music?
Yes. Was both of their participations?
No.
No, it wasn't for you. How about you, Mr. X?
Yes.
Have to do with your playing.
Yes.
You played something, and Mr. Schenzer received it in a strange way?
He received it.
He received it.
He received it, but not in a strange way. If you're thinking, did he listen to it by
Well, did Mr. X play this in Wales, say, for instance, and did Mr. Schenzer receive it somewhere else in the world?
No.
No.
All right, we've lost $40. We have $40 to go. I detect the glint of knowledge in Henry's eye.
Well, that's a lie. Mr. X, did you record this?
No.
Did you do it on radio?
No.
Was Mr. Schenzer in the area when you did it?
Yes.
Was he in Wales?
No.
Did you do it in this country?
Yes.
And he was in the same room?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Schenzer, did you write this thing?
No.
We've lost $60 and have only $20 left. And Bess, you being a musician?
Lost me. Does it have anything to do with endurance?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read recently in the paper that there was a very short composition that was played 820 times or something, and were you two involved in that playing of that piece of music?
It was the piano.
Yes?
I think that is close enough. We'll give him the entire $80, and I will tell you, panel, that this is John Cale, a composer-musician who last week performed in a concert to end all concerts. What was really unusual about this particular concert?
Well, the performance took 18 hours.
18 hours and 40 minutes, to be exact. Now, given this information, can any of you guess what Mr. Schenzer's secret then is?
Well, there were 10 pianists, weren't there? Who did it in relays?
Yes.
And he must have, I think, a pianist played, and then he sat back to time the next fellow. So he must have been there the whole 18 hours.
He was the only one who lasted in the audience for the full 18 hours. There were, of course, other people in the audience from time to time. Some stayed an hour, some stayed for 10 hours, some left and then came back. The Foundation for Contemporary Performance Arts, who sponsored this concert, had an unusual system of selling the tickets. The original ticket cost $5, but the audience was rewarded on the basis of their patience. They got a 5-cent refund for every 20 minutes that they stayed. And Mr. Schenzer was the only one who collected the maximum refund of $3. Well, Mr. Schenzer, surely this refund wasn't sufficient inducement to keep you there all that time.
No, Gary, it wasn't. Actually, it was quite a simple reason. I just wanted to give myself to the composer's work, for that was the only way in which I could judge it. And I would like to say that I feel it was an extremely important concert because this concert was sponsored by the work of several artists, painters, and sculptors who feel that the contemporary performing artist is not receiving a share in American culture today, and they, out of their own funds, gave their money to have this concert sponsored.
Karl Schenzer feels very deeply about this, perhaps not only because it is true, but because he himself is an actor appearing off Broadway currently in a fine show called The Brig. Did you find yourself going to sleep at any time, Karl?
2 or 3 times I was close, but not really.
Well, getting back to the concert itself, Mr. Cale, as you say, was one of a team of 10 pianists who worked as a relay throughout the night and day. And may I see a copy of the music that you performed?
Certainly.
This is it?
That's all the music material.
That's the whole thing. How come it took 18 hours and 40 minutes to play this?
Well, there's an instruction by the composer Erik Satie here which says that this piece of music here must be repeated 840 times.
So you played the same thing over and over again 840 times. Is there any reason why he said that? What would move a man to say you must play it 840 times for it to be complete?
I have no idea.
What is the name, by the way, of this? What's the name of the piece?
The music is called Vexations.
Vexations. I have no comment. The thing that delights me was that there were about 75 people in the audience of the Pocket Theater when the music was played for the 840th and last time. And when the 10 pianists came out on the stage to take literally what was an ovation, some enthusiastic person in the audience actually shouted, "Encore!" 840 more times. Now, this was the first time that this music has been performed in its entirety, and I assume that there are plans to do it again or not?
I don't think so.
None that you know of. Well, since we may never get a chance to hear it again, would you play this piece for us once, and we'll imagine the other 839 times. All right, fine. If we can open the curtains, we will have Mr. Cale's piano. Mr. Schenzer, do you think you can stand to hear this again?
I'd love to.
After hearing it 840 times, can you hum some of it to us?
I'm afraid I can't, no.
All right, well, now let's hear one 840th of this composition. It kind of doesn't resolve itself at the end. It kind of just, but I guess there's no rule that says it has to resolve itself, is there? Yeah. I was curious about one thing. Now, you played this yourself several hundred times. I noticed you're still reading the music.
Yes.
You didn't memorize it?
No, I couldn't.
It is a difficult piece to remember.
In a way, yes.
Yeah. Well, well, you know, with my tin ear, I wouldn't know. Thank you, Mr. Cale, very, very much. You have a whim of iron. I admire you indeed. Schenzer, good luck.